Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Weekly Pint. It's the show that is not a show. The show that has my headphones cranking into my skull at a volume that is probably not healthy. So I need to fix that. Welcome back, everybody. This is gonna be a fun episode. I don't have a ton of news to talk about, although there has been some really cool stuff that has happened, especially on the awards side, coming off of GABF, two weekends ago, and then this weekend we have Ohio Craft Brewers, Craft Brewers Awards, a lot of awards, but I just want to have a drink tonight, or more appropriately, I want to have a couple drinks. But as anybody who has listened to this show or any of my shows knows, on any level, I'm not the best bartender in the world. So I figured that tonight we would crowdsource another cocktail. It's been a while since I've done that, and it usually... Oh, hang on. There we go. As anybody that has listened to... There we go. Any of these things knows I'm not a great bartender. I'm also not a great podcaster. I can never figure anything out. So it's been a while since we did a crowdsourced cocktail, and I thought tonight would be as good a night as any. So I have way more ingredients sitting around me than anybody ever should. You can see some of them sitting over here, some of the sweet ingredients. I tried to make sure that this cocktail would not taste good. We've got sorrel, we have butter shots, we've got that terrible twisted tea whiskey. I'm counting this as a sweet ingredient. I don't know why. And then we have some root beer schnapps hanging out here. We'll explain them all as we get to them. Eric says, just finished a Great Lakes Midwest IPA. Sounds great. It's way better than what I'm about to drink. Yes, please tell me what it is you're drinking. Let's see. Marco is having Italian-style Pilsner from West Side. Julia is having a Destil Black Angel American Porter. That sounds good. Christine is still craving Bossy from her last trip here. Wish they had it in Texas. Let's see. Chris is having a 2022 Whiskey Rebellion Churro from Warped Wing. Oh, that sounds so good. Josh is having Clear Ridge Pale Ale from West Side Homebrew Winter Beer. That sounds awesome. And, of course, Eric having Great Lakes Midwest IPA. Not sure what that's supposed to be. All right. What we're going to do here, we're going to crowdsource it. We're going to start off... I've got a rocks glass with some rocks hanging out, and I have a glass ready to mix something up. And you guys are going to determine what exactly this ends up being. This could be good. This most likely will not be. I doubt it's going to be good. We're going to start off with the booze. I have cards down here. This will be the first person that picks the number will be how we determine this. Between 1 and 4, I have 4 different booze ingredients. And no, the sweet tea whiskey is not a booze ingredient. Somebody pick a number between 1 and 4. The first one that pops up on my chat, which will be the chat on the screen here for you guys, gets the pick. 1, 2, 3, or 4. This could be, right now, okay, Julia gets a 3. This is a good ingredient. So number 3, if you guys can see that, number 3 is brandy. This is our booze ingredient. The recipe, for anybody that is new to the crowdsourced cocktail, a lot of 3 picks. Good job, guys. You guys almost all agreed except for Marco. The way I do this is what I consider the standard cocktail recipe. So like the recipe for a margarita, which is 3 parts your booze ingredient, which in our case is going to be brandy. Make sure I don't knock any of these bottles off of my little makeshift bar cart here. 3 parts brandy. I've got Copper and King's American brandy. I don't know which batch this is. I do know that one of the batches of this was distilled here in Cincinnati at Woodstone Creek, the oldest distillery here in Cincinnati. I don't know if that's what this is. So I'm getting so off track already. 3 parts booze. We'll go the standard recipe that I consider it is 3 parts booze, 2 parts sweet, 1 part sour. I tend to like to go a little heavier on the sour if it's to my taste. And then I do have a wild card ingredient, which if you look behind me, you can start to kind of see. I might go a little heavier on the sour. We'll play that by ear, but 3, 2, 1, and then we'll figure out the wild card in a minute. But we're gonna start with 3 parts. Our booze. That is our brandy. Now I have to also decide how big of a cocktail do I want. We'll go big. No, we won't go that big. We'll go 1.5 ounces just to keep the math easy here. And this is where we try not to get booze all over the desk here in the studio, and we probably fail miserably as usual. 1.5 ounces. There we go. Yeah, see, we've already got booze all over because I'm an idiot. Okay. Chris says garnish. No garnish. Well, I mean, we could go. We'll talk about that when we get to the sour component. Okay. Sorry. You can't text me in the middle of the show. My phone's all the way down there. All right. Booze done. Well done, guys. Okay. Next part will be our sour. So for our sour, I have 2, obviously. Don't say anything yet. I wanted more than 2 choices, though. So I found a 3rd choice that we could pick from. And I'll tell you after you guys pick. I need a 1, a 2, or a 3. First one that gets it gets the pick on this one. Bonus points if you guys can agree again, or almost all agree. A 1, a 2, or a 3. And this is going to be a big part of what makes this cocktail either amazing or terrible. So please choose wisely. A 1, a 2, or a 3. I feel like the count on Sesame Street. 1. Julia brings in 1. Okay, this is standard. Chris had a 2, which would have been better. Christine had a 3, which is also pretty standard. Our sour ingredients here. 1 is lemon, which is the winner. 2 is a beer, and 3 is lime. That was the best I could come up with for a. So lemon's the winner. We got a lemon, and we could garnish with this too. This is a big old lemon. I thought that maybe this would be interesting. I pulled this out of the fridge. This is a beer from Urban Artifact. I thought maybe that would be interesting in a cocktail as the sour component. I don't know. It's from April, so it's been chilling in the fridge for a long time, and I've been looking for an excuse to open it up. I had the other one. Haven't had this one yet. Okay, so our sour component is going to be this big old lemon. I'm probably not going to garnish. That's just way too much work, you guys. And I don't have a cutting board or anything. All right, now we've got lemon juice all over the table here. This would have been way easier sitting in. I've got a bar in the other room, and here I am just trying to. It doesn't even fit in the. Geez. This lemon is so big that it doesn't even fit in the citrus squeezer. Let's see. Is that a GMO lemon? Yeah, it most certainly is. Ryan is having a pumpkin with an extra shot of Fireball in it. That sounds delicious. An extra shot. So a standard pumpkin requires 2 shots of Fireball. That means he is having his with 3 shots of Fireball. An extra shot. All right, let's get some lemon juice here. Let's see if, with the size of this lemon, if it produces the juice that I feel like it should. It doesn't. It's not as juicy as I was hoping. Trying not to make too much of a mess. And I feel like it's a futile effort when you're making cocktails in here. We'll see how many parts this is. Julia says I didn't roll the lemon. I don't know that that's real. And I only did an ounce of booze, so I really only need a half. No, I did 1.5 ounces of booze, so I need a half an ounce. And I think we got plenty. Let's see. I might give it an extra little splash. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Half an ounce. And for good luck. Okay. We have, so far, this is shaping up to be a good cocktail. We've got some brandy and some lemon. Ryan says, don't forget to break Julia and Marco's sniff and sip count. That was the text that I had to look down for. It was Julia with her counter in her hand. She actually has a counter. Okay. Our next one, we need our sweet. And this is this pile of chaos that's going to make sure this doesn't taste good. I have four different sweet ingredients. So I need a number between 1 and 4. And dear God, I don't know what would make this taste good out of these 4 sweet. I don't have any normal ones. So we've got brandy, lemon juice, maybe the twisted tea would be the best one. I don't know. Root beer, maybe. I have no idea, you guys. This is not going to be good. Okay, Chris got it right before Marco. Chris pulled in with a 4. Marco had a 1. Okay, 4 is the winner. 4 is Sorel. 1 would have been the tea. 3, Christine, would have been the root beer. A lot of 4s coming in, so yeah, 4s are definitely going to win this. Sorel. I don't even know what Sorel is, technically, but it's delicious. It was, I had a cocktail with this down at the Merchants Club at Party Source one time, and it was so good. And then I was like, man, I've never had, what is that stuff? When we were talking about it, and she's like, you're in luck. It's on like closeout right now because they are discontinuing it from the state of Kentucky or from the Party Source or maybe even the company. I don't know. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to buy that. Oh, this answers all of my questions. What is Sorel? It is handcrafted, an artisanal liqueur. Oh, great answer. It's no, it's not even on the back. I looked it up at one time and I got it somewhere. Must have got it online. I don't know what it is. Oh, there we go. Chris says it's Moroccan hibiscus and Nigerian ginger. Is that real? Did you just make that up? I mean, it does look like it's hibiscus, so maybe that's real. Okay. So what? I need 1 ounce of this stuff. This might not be bad. Okay, hibiscus, lemon, and brandy. That might not be bad. I need 1 ounce of that. Okay. Now, here is the problem. I wanted to make sure that this, my ice is melting. I wanted to make sure that this cocktail was fitting for this show, for the Weekly Pint. And if you know the Weekly Pint, we always started off with schnapps. So I picked some of our favorite schnapps on this show. In no particular order, actually in a particular order from left to right. We've got our Zierbens, we've got Bekarovka, we have Malort, and we have Voltage Peppermint Schnapps. There is no way that any one of those things is going to be good for this cocktail. But the rules are the rules, and we have to do it. Marco's already picking before I even asked you to pick. This time, I will wait for I don't know, 4 votes to come in, and then we'll get a consensus here, fully crowdsourced. Marco picks 1, which is a good pick. Come on, get them rolling here. You can't just pick the ingredient. You have to pick a number between 1 and 4. I don't know what is gonna happen with this here. Julia says 2. Another 2. We have 2 votes for 2. 1 vote for 1. Couple 3s. I need a tiebreaker here. I need either a 2 or 3 to break this up. Or 1 to make it even more tied, and then we'll have to wait for another vote. Oh, Chris says it's a band name. Oh, I remember that now. A 1. We've got a 3-way tie. I need another vote. 1 more vote, and then we can make this pick. A 1, a 2, or a 3. Marco picks a 3. Didn't you already vote, Marco? 3 it is. We'll accept it. Another 3. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take 3. The winner, Bekarovka. I don't know if you can see that. Bekarovka, which I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be. Now, I also Ryan says pick what makes you happy. That is not the point of this. The point is for you guys to make something that will hopefully make me not happy. That's what's the most entertaining. Okay, I don't know how much I'm going to put of this in here. I should. It doesn't smell bad right now. We're just going to do a little splash is what we're going to do. This is like our... Okay, yeah, that'll work for now. Just a splash of Bekarovka. Christine says Malort was number 2. Yeah, Malort was number 2. Zierbens was 4. Peppermint was 1. Malort would have not been a good idea. No, none of this is a good idea. All right, we have our shaker tin. Let's get some ice cubes in here. Now, anybody who has ever seen me make a cocktail, you know that I have a theory that when you shake a cocktail, it's all about connecting with your bar guest, which is me, but we'll pretend it's you guys. Got to get that shake face. Okay. Let's frost it over. We are good, ready to go. I mean, I'm not ready to go. We also need a name for this, so you guys get to name it. Let's get all this out of the way. All right. It doesn't smell bad. I think the cloves are taking over from that sorrel. It looks like, I don't know, muddy hibiscus water. Okay. Yeah, I get a lot of cloves. A lot of like that kind of baking spice aroma. Julia says the wife's revenge. I feel like I went too heavy on the sorrel. I feel like we needed to go a little lighter. But let's see. Okay. That's not terrible. That's fine. Yeah, the sorrel is what I get mostly. That's kind of I really did this to try to make a crappy cocktail. And I kind of like it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's just fine. I would actually drink that. Well done, guys. You have sourced properly. Let's try to make it bad. Or make it different. No. I'm thinking I want to put some of this root beer in here and see what that does. I do have another drink to drink too. Something that I don't know that we've talked about it, but I know that I've talked about it with some of you guys over the last few months and wanting to get our hands on it. Christine says, what was your previous bartender's name? What happened to him? Was it David? Yeah. David. He's still around. I've been waiting for a way to better implement the AI bartender into episodes. I still haven't found like a really good way to make it entertaining and seamless into the whole thing. Maybe one of these days we'll bring him back. I don't think he would have done this good of a job. The cocktails that he has made for me have all just kind of sucked. They are too many ingredients, and not that this was light on ingredients, but it just hasn't been very good. Chris has 20-sided die. That's a good idea too. It would be cool to have just a list of everything that's behind my bar that you guys could choose from. But I think this way it actually gives you a chance of making a good cocktail, which this at least was. We'll see what this does to it. We're going to try to go easy. There we go. If it didn't look like muddy water before, Brian says add an egg. I thought about that. And I almost brought some eggs down here, but I thought that might just be too much in the studio, be cracking eggs. And you know that I just throw ingredients on the floor when I'm done with them, and the egg would not be good for that. Ooh, okay. Ooh. That's I need to stir, but all I have is a knife. That's a lot of root beer. I might have gone too much root beer. This might now just taste like root beer. Let's see. Oh. That definitely made it worse. That did it. Man. Okay. That's weird. It's like now it's like you have this beautiful floral, clovey, hibiscus kind of balanced cocktail, something really, really beautiful. And then you have like a can of root beer that comes in and just starts smashing that cocktail over its head. Brian says floor knife. It's actually in a cup. It's not just on the floor. That's okay. That's not great. Let's keep trying to improve this thing now. Okay. You guys remember all the ingredients I listed off. What splashes next to try to improve this? We do have booze. We could booze it up. We go back to some more brandy. There's some scotch. Might be interesting. The gin, I'm going to say no. That won't be good. Rum, maybe. We have the sweet ingredients. Butter shots. We could. Oh. It's just all root beer now. I over root beered it. Josh says Malort, of course. I wasn't really gonna throw the wild cards in that choice, but this will definitely cancel out the root beer, I guess. This never ends well. You guys know that. A little bit of Malort. Ryan says add Malort. Yeah, everybody likes the Malort because nobody likes the Malort. Okay, let's see what that did to it. Now it's just going to taste like sadness. Okay. That might have improved the aroma at least. Okay. Prost. Oh. I was just about to say that it made it better. Because it does throughout the entire cocktail. Like that bitterness from the Malort kind of cancels out the root beer. But then the aftertaste, you can't get past that. Oh. Julia says add some Luxardo cherry juice. That's cheating because that's an ingredient that is not here in the studio. That's behind the bar. And actually, I don't think I have Luxardo cherry juice or Luxardo cherries right now. I had maybe like, I don't know, some kind of bourbon cherries or something, or the only cherries I have behind the bar. As far as I know, I bet there is a jar of like those neon red cherries tucked in the back of one of the fridges. I can almost guarantee somewhere that's down here somewhere, but it's not here. That's not great, guys. I think this cocktail is too far gone, is what I'm gonna guess. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh, that's like, I think the UN banned that. I think you can't give people that in wartime. Oh, ooh, oh, why? Like, why do I choose to do this? Like, this wasn't like, I didn't lose a bet. I decided today. I was sitting around and I thought, you know what would be fun for the weekly pint? You know what everybody would like for me to do? They'd like for me to drink this murky, horrible thing. You guys did this. This is your fault. Ryan says add a little olive juice and make it dirty. Again, not here. I don't have it. It's in the other room. Julia says giving that to someone is a violation of the Geneva Convention. Yeah. Josh says I guarantee you're the first person to ever make that cocktail. Yeah, I'm a trendsetter. We're gonna add some more lemon juice. See if we can get around the Malort. We're gonna go heavy, heavy lemon. I still have never had a Malort cocktail. I've that's an episode. I don't want to give too much away, but it'll spoil things. But I guess that's kind of the point of the show. Eric says there, we have your name, War Crimes. I love it. The Geneva concoction. I like Geneva concoction. I forgot what I was going to say. Completely forgot what I was going to say. Now I'm stuck on Geneva concoction. Malort. I have an episode of Drinking with the Gnome that I've been working on for a while that was started out. So to go kind of a little deep behind the scenes, the point of Drinking with the Gnome is not to every week just have me sitting down with another booze brand or another bar. It's supposed to be interspersed with episodes that are kind of deeper dives into particular either ingredients or cocktails or brands that are just done by me here in the studio. It's the intention, which is supposed to help make that a more regular episode. However, life has been just so freaking busy over the last couple years. Yes, over the last couple years that I haven't really been able to make the episodes as frequently as I want to. But with all that being said, I have a bunch of episodes that I've been working on, building out scripts and doing research on and stuff. And one of them is Malort. And Malort is a huge, huge episode that will happen sometime very soon. And as I was working on the episode, I realized that it needed to be more than just me sitting here in the studio talking about Malort. So it'll be kind of probably what Drinking with the Gnome should be. It'll be an episode that involves part of it me here in the studio, part of it somewhere just drinking Malort with somebody, part of it me going somewhere and drinking a cocktail that is made with Malort. It's going to be kind of this multi-part thing, which will probably be really great to listen to and watch, but a real pain in the butt to make. So it'll probably end up taking me, when it's from start to the time it's actually published, it'll be years that it took me to make this stupid episode of a podcast. Chris says that Drambuie would have fixed it up for sure. I don't have any Drambuie. That is something that I don't have behind the bar. I enjoy Scotch. I don't really like Drambuie. At least from what I remember, I don't remember enjoying it. Maybe I'll need to go get myself a bottle to try it again to record an episode of Drinking with the Gnome and see if I do like it. The only thing that I know that you should do with Drambuie is make a rusty nail. Chris says that Swine City has a Malort brew. Yes, they do. I still have a bottle sitting around here somewhere. I have I bought 2 bottles of it and tried one on a YouTube video, and then the other one was just chilling in a fridge, waiting for the perfect moment to share it with somebody, because I don't want to drink it all by myself. It actually is not. It's not a bad beer. It doesn't taste as much like Malort as I wanted it to, actually. Chris says, I have Drambuie. It's more than 20 years old. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have a decent amount of bottles that are starting to approach 20 years old, for various reasons. I mean, like, I don't know how quick you're supposed to drink through a bottle of butter shots. Don't know. Chris says you can have it. I appreciate it. But if I'm getting my Drambuie, I'm getting my fresh Drambuie. I assume some of those flavors start to mellow out. I have a deep love and appreciation for vintage spirits, especially when they are vintage spirits that have flavors that do kind of dull over time. There are some things that just start to taste really, really wildly different if they sit for a while. I'm going to finish this so I can open up a beer. I don't know if I'm going to finish this. I'll finish it. Ugh. The lemon helps, but it makes it really tart now. It's real tart. We should we should try to sweeten it up with a very dusty bottle of butter. There's no way this is going to even open. It's probably crusted. Oh, no, it worked. I was preparing myself for like this battle to get this thing open. Butter shots. I need to go really light on this, or else it's going to make it terrible. That's good. All right. The whole room smells like butterscotch. Chris says Sour Patch Kids garnish. That would be appropriate. Actually, we had a Girl Scout meeting tonight. My daughter is a Girl Scout. My wife is a Girl Scout leader. I am an adult volunteer. Little do they know that I just sit in my basement and get drunk with you guys after our meetings. But we're getting close to Halloween, so there was a bunch of candy this week, because I guess that's what we do at Girl Scout meetings before Halloween. And I ate. My kids they're not big candy eaters. I mean, I shouldn't say that. They do eat a lot of candy, but not like good candy. Like, they'll eat like suckers and like push pops, like crap like that. They don't like gummy candy, which in my opinion is the best candy. So anytime they get gummy candy, I get gummy candy. So we had some Sour Patch Kids, and we had some Swedish Fish and things like that tonight. And I probably could have used them for a garnish. That's where I was going with all of this. Let's see what that does. Butter shots in a whatever this is now. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Good news is the Malort, I think, is gone. I'm waiting for it, and it's not coming. However, the butter shots came in like way at the end. Like I was thinking some of that sweetness would cut back on the bitterness from the Malort, and it did. But like it doesn't come out in the beginning at all, which I guess is probably the lemon's fault. It's probably knocking it back. But whoa, that's wild. It's like unintentionally. It's like you what was the candy? Was it an everlasting gobstopper on Willy Wonka where it was the whole no. Everlasting gobstoppers were just like jawbreakers, but there was some kind of candy that they ate that was like a Thanksgiving meal. This is not a Thanksgiving meal, but this definitely has like these very distinct levels that it goes through. It's a journey. It starts with one thing, and then it goes to something else, and then it goes to something else. That's wild. I am going to get through it because I want to crack open this beer. This is what I'm getting towards. An Urban Artifact beer that is supposedly not sour. I don't know. We'll see. Julia says it was the gum. That was it. You're right. She starts chewing it, and then at the very end it was dessert, and it was blueberry pie or blueberry cobbler or something, and she turns into a big blueberry. I hope that I don't turn into a big butter shot. I don't know what a butter shot is. Is it a shot of butter? Is that what we're going for here? Oh. Oh. I did it. I finished it. Oh. I did it, though. Are you proud of me, Mom? Okay. Let's get a glass and let's actually I need to cleanse my palate with something. I don't even know what to cleanse my palate with. Whatever. We'll just roll with it. Okay. You're turning violet, Violet. Okay, this is Fall Bear. This is a brown ale from Urban Artifact. And the reason this is interesting is there's a couple reasons, but the biggest one is that there are a lot of people that will swear and that will tell you with great authority that Urban Artifact cannot make beer that is not sour. They can't do it, and they have various theories on why. My favorite one is that early on, Urban made a sour beer, and it soured all of their equipment, and so from now on, everything will forever be sour. Great theory, but it's not true. This is a beer that they made to ship to like Scandinavia or something. I don't even know. Switzerland? Who knows? There's all kinds of crazy words on it and languages that I don't know what any of it means. In fact, we're going to use Google Translate to read the back of the can. They made this just to go over there. It is, I will tell you this for anybody that has been wanting to try this, because I know some of you have, it is in the cooler at Urban Artifact in single cans. So if you do want to get your hands on it, you can. All right. That's not Spanish. I don't actually know what language it is. All right, so we're going to use there's Google Translate. Will it just figure it out? It will figure it out, sort of. Okay, it's just kind of ingredients here, I think. It's also very terrible at focusing on stuff. Maybe it's because of the lighting. Hang on. I'm not purposely turning my back to you. Finnish, maybe. Danish, Finnish, I don't know. It's also very bad at translating like that. Let's take a picture and then drop it in that way. See if that's easier for it. I'm not Sweden. Yeah. Swedish fish. All right, we're going to put this into here. This is very confusing. Because it's thinking it's Spanish and it's not, but we're going to change that. You said it was Swedish, is that right? Swedish. Okay. There's actually maybe it's multiple languages. It might be multiple languages. Maybe that's what we're running into. Why it's getting so confused. Okay, it's if I translate from Swedish to English, the back of the can, which I'll show to you guys so you can see what I'm dealing with here. Not that is in focus at all. There we go. Okay. This here says, actually it says send me a picture, I'll figure it out. There's your picture. Take a screenshot or something. If I go Swedish to English, it says strong beer contains barley malt. Beer contains malted barley. Contains barley malt. Cerveza. Contiene malta de cebada. I think it just says contains barley malt in a bunch of different languages. Chris says it's multiple languages. Thank you. I yeah, because I mean cerveza and starkel are definitely not the same language. And there's a beer and a biere. Yeah, okay, yeah. Anyways, 5.6%. I'm guessing it's 5.6% alcohol by volume. Yep, that's what it says on the front. And it doesn't tell me anything else about it. It's interesting. Steve says AI is going to kill us all. Maybe. Maybe. All right, let's see if Urban Artifact can actually make a beer that is not sour. I'm going to guess they can. Julia says, so do they have to get label approval if it's not being sold in the U.S.? It is being sold in the U.S. because it is in the cooler at Urban Artifact right now. So, yes. Chris says, unless DNS is broken. Yeah, so that's today is a great example of why AI will not kill us all, because all we have to do is turn a server off and then AI can't do anything anymore. Yeah, it's slightly hazy. It's also a little bit warm because it's been sitting here off camera for the entire episode, but slightly hazy, reddish brown, big head on it. It's sticking around. That's a feat that it seems like half the breweries out there now can't figure out. Chris says Amazon Web Services joke. Yes, got that. Oh, this smells good, and it does not smell sour. I think we might be onto something. Ryan says, I've had a pale ale, a honey beer, and a traditional ale from Urban Artifact before. None of them sour. Yeah, I mean, they are capable of making sour beers. This is all a little tongue-in-cheek because there are still so many people that think they are just incapable of doing it, which they're not. This smells great. It smells like a great, just traditional brown ale. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's a damn good beer. That's a great beer. Definitely not sour. Um, that's a great brown ale. This is a beer that if you, it's funny because like if you poured it for me, put it in front of me, and said, which brewery in Cincinnati made this beer, there is no way in hell I would ever guess Urban Artifact. And I guess part of that is the sheer fact that it's not sour, but that's a really good traditional beer. That actually kind of, I don't know, makes me sad that they don't do more beers that are kind of normal beers. Chris wants to know how it compares to Honey Brown, the standard beer. I don't know because I can't tell you the last time I had a Honey Brown. I would drink a Honey Brown right now, but I don't have it. I do have Newcastle, but it's very old and it's been at room temperature for a very long time. I've had this 6-pack of Newcastle that I bought to try it a long time ago, and I think I drank 3 of them. So the other 3 have been sitting. Let me grab one and see what the date on it is, just out of curiosity. That's assuming that it's got a date on it. Oh, let's see. Steve says Newcastle is a standard, not Honey Brown. I assure you, this Newcastle isn't the standard of nothing anymore. I don't want to wipe the dust off of this. You guys got to see. Look at the dust just hanging out on the bottle. Like that's how old this stuff is. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's dated at all. I guess sometimes it's printed on here. I'm not seeing anything printed. Why not? This is room temperature Newcastle from God knows when. This is not going to be good, guys. All right. Chris says that Newcastle does not taste the same anymore. Well, that's yeah. So, Newcastle was being made at Lagunitas, right? For a while there. I think maybe they shifted it again. But yeah, I don't think that Newcastle has been Newcastle for a very long time. Steve says I can taste the diacetyl from here. Let me see. It actually kind of smells good. Yeah, maybe some diacetyl, because maybe Hmm. Yeah, it definitely tastes a little old. I don't no diacetyl for me, but I'm not super sensitive to it either. Um, yeah, it just tastes a little cardboardy, a little old, but actually not as terrible as I was expecting it to be. It's also kind of okay at room temperature. I mean, it's a little chilly down here in the basement, so I mean, it's not like it's not 75 degrees, that's for sure. It's not as good as this. Mm. Oh, yeah, that's way better. um, hats off to Urban Artifact for making a beer that is very different than anything else they've done for a very long time. Um, I'm curious why they did this. I get if it sells, it sells, and that's great. But like if you're sending something, why would this be what you're sending? Like, wouldn't you want to send something that kind of speaks to who you are as a brewery? And like I don't know, they've spent so much time kind of building this personality of who they are. I don't know. It's good though. It's really good. I wish I had more than one can. Mm. That's a great beer. Yeah, I want more. Uh, that's all I got for you guys. We made well, what did we learn today? let's unpack. What did we learn? We learned that you can add a bunch of ingredients in a cocktail, and the cocktail can still be good. However, if you keep adding ingredients to that cocktail can very quickly become bad. It can become disgusting. However, we also learned that even if something is terrible, if you put your mind to it, you can get through it. You can overcome the terribleness and not die. Like I didn't die yet, but yeah, it wasn't fun. We also learned Urban Artifact. Urban Artifact makes great sour beer. I'm pointing to the one over here. However, Urban Artifact also has the ability to make beer that is not sour and is still delicious. It's a good beer. We also learned Newcastle, not good when it's old, sitting on the floor next to your bar. However, we learned it's not terrible. If we were in an apocalypse and the world was ending around us, which maybe might be happening, I'm not sure. But if that was happening and the only beer that you had was Newcastle, sitting on the floor of a basement for years, I would drink it and I would probably savor it. I would enjoy it. Like it's fine. It tastes old. It tastes a little cardboardy, but it's definitely beer, and it tastes. I think it tastes more English this way than it did when it was fresh. I don't know what that means. You can unpack that however you want, but that's what I think. It's fine. We're gonna wrap things up, guys. Look, I appreciate all of you taking time out of your day to hang out and drink with me here in the basement and help kind of create some kind of cocktail, some kind of thing. I do appreciate it. It was fun. You guys did a great job. The cocktail that you guys made was good. What I did to it was not good. So you should pat yourselves on the back. We'll be back next week to do this thing again. We've got lots of podcast episodes coming up. I've been trying very hard to make time to get regular episodes of all of your favorite podcasts out. Obviously, this one will never, unless there's like a random week where I can't make it. It will never go away. This is the most consistent of my shows. Cincy Brewcast, we're on a tear right now. There will be lulls in that and times where that show does not pop up weekly, but I'm working on it. And same kind of goes with Drinking with the Gnome. I know that there's been periods where that just kind of fell off the radar completely. I'm working on ways to make that happen more regularly. So stay tuned for that. If you're still a podcast fan, I'm still a podcast fan. I love the medium, so I will never stop making these things. With that being said, subscribe on YouTube. That is the big focus going into to next year. We got to get that YouTube channel built up because I really want to make some of these videos that I have on the list of things to do. I've got some really fun ideas, and the only way to carve out the time and the effort and the expense to make them happen is if people are watching. So please, if you're not already, please go over to YouTube, subscribe, follow, do whatever you do, notifications and all that stuff. Do that on YouTube because I want to make videos. I've got some really cool stuff that I want to do, and I can't justify spending the time and the money to do it if people aren't watching it. I'm trying to put more videos over on Facebook because I know a lot of you guys are on Facebook, but Facebook does not like long-form, horizontal, traditional video. It just doesn't like it. And I think that's only going to get worse over the next year or two. So YouTube is the place to get good traditional video content. So get over there. With that said, though, there will be short-form stuff coming. Like I'm making a very conscious effort. I'm not going to throw numbers out there of how many videos I want to. I have a goal in my head of how many videos, short form videos that I want to make, and I think we're going to be able to hit it. So there will still be like reels and YouTube shorts and all of that stuff happening. Wherever you see it, just watch stuff and share it with people. Prove me right that craft beer is still alive and people still like watching content about craft beer. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. We'll see you. Let's see. When's the next episode of this? Oh, I know. It's next week. Same time, same place, all of that stuff. You know how to get the show, 9:30-ish every Monday night, and we'll do it again. Thank you, guys. Tell your friends. You know how it works. We'll see you guys. Thank you. If you were just wondering to yourself, gee, I wonder if once the show is over, if the gnome is going to take the rest of that Newcastle, pour it in a glass, dump some butter shots in it, and maybe a little bit of Malort, you might be right. I might do at least part of that out of curiosity. Cheers, everybody.